Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, your quick dose of clarity, quick tips, and the spark you need to shine bright. Here's your host, Spencer Jones.
Good morning, Energizer. Well, at least it's morning for me. I don't know if when you're listening to this, but, well, maybe we'll say happy Monday. Of course, maybe you're not listening to this on a Monday. Well, all right. Well, welcome to this episode of the Daily Energize. How about that? Does that work? I think we could all agree this is the start of the episode. So welcome to this episode. Thank you so much for hopping in, joining me, Spencer Jones, in this episode of the Daily Energize. And I'm just so incredibly grateful for you. I know I say this often, but I just want you to know I am so grateful for you, and you are amazing. You are worthy. You are enough just the way you are, and you are inspiring people left and right. So don't ever doubt your light, your strength, your incredibleness, if that's a word, because you are truly incredible. Go shine your beautiful light, and I hope that this episode and this podcast can help you do that and energize you and give you these tips and tools and strategies and little segments here so you can be rocking your day, shining your beautiful light, and inspiring and helping others, even if it's just by you living your life. Heck, that's really what so much of this is we just live our life authentically, truthfully, our full selves, and that automatically inspires others. But if you want to take that to the next level, as it were, if you want to inspire and help more people, and especially in the business setting, right? So if you have a business, then this episode will really pertain, but it could also potentially pertain to things outside of a business, so family or life or things like that. And that's an idea of the impossible goal. Now, just last week, my coach shared this with us in our coaching group. So all of us, in the coaching program, he shared this idea with him, and he just learned it from Dr. Benjamin Hardy. He wrote the book 10x is easier than 2x, The Gap in the Gain, and a bunch of other awesome and incredible books. Highly recommend him as an author. 10x easier than 2x, Gap in the Gain especially, because I've read those and love them. He's releasing a new book called The Science of Scaling, and that's kind of where this impossible goal comes from. And now, you might have heard this before, the big, hairy, audacious goal, things like that. And this is similar, but looks at it differently. And it takes it, to a whole new level, to be perfectly honest. And let me just summarize it for you. So I'm saying this here as we're starting the week, okay? And I wanted to start the week with this topic so you can kind of think about it over the week. And then if you choose to, you could take action on it. All right. So many of us have goals, and I've talked about SMART goals before, and those are incredible things to have, all right? So they're specific, measurable, attainable, relative, time-bound. That's a SMART goal. Well, the impossible goal is exactly what it sounds like. What is an impossible goal for you? Something that seems totally unreasonable, impossible for you to reach. Now, that could be you wanting to own a major league sports team, right? Like a big sports team somewhere. Great, that might seem impossible to you. Maybe it's to have 1,000 people in your program as a business, right? Whatever. Now, I will say, when I was listening to an interview, The Science of Scaling isn't out yet as of this recording as a physical book. He's Dr. Benjamin Hardy and his group, his publisher has released the audiobook, so I'm listening to that. But I also listened to an interview he did with Myron Golden about it. Highly recommend it, just so you can hear it and all that stuff from him. And they have audience ask questions, so you can kind of get some ideas from all that stuff. In any case, so the idea is you set this impossible goal, right? And so maybe it's a big thing, or maybe it's a shortened timeline to make it impossible, right? So let's say you wanted to get 3 new clients in the next 30 days, for example. Well, what if you said, I don't want 30 clients or 3 clients, I want 30 clients in the next 30 days? So whatever it is, right? Whatever that impossible goal is, I want, 100 I'll share ours after this. After hearing this, Katie and I were talking, and we're like, well, we want to have we want to create 100 energy masters. It means 100 people in our Energy Nexus program. And actually, I'll share a little bit more about that tomorrow in tomorrow's episode. And now I'm thinking, that's not really all that impossible, but 100 energy masters by the end of this year. When we first said it, I'm like, oh, that sounds impossible. But now I'm like, oh, that's pretty possible. Maybe we need to make it 1,000. I don't know. Because what that forces you to do is it forces you to look at different routes, right? So let's go with the 3 new clients in 30 days. All right, so you could do 3 clients in 30 days. Whatever your business is, I bet that could be a possibility for you. Great. And now you could change this and apply it to your personal life too. So if you don't have a business, that's okay. I will say Dr. Benjamin Hardy does relate this to mostly just businesses, right? He doesn't say mean it or imply it to be in personal life and that. Okay, so 3 clients in 30 days. Well, there's probably, 10, 20 different ways you could go about getting those clients, maybe more. But if you say you want 30 clients or 100 clients in 30 days, you set that impossible goal. Well, all of a sudden, it takes it from being, you need 30, you have all these different options of how to make it happen, to 1, 2, maybe 3 different ways that you could foresee to make that happen. So now all of a sudden it narrows in the choices you have to reach that goal, allowing you to instead, let's try this, and now let's jump over here and try this. Say, nope, this is the path I'm picking. I'm going with this one. I'm committing to this one path. All right? So it helps you see those different pathways of how to do it. And you might not know. You're like, I have no idea how to do this. So then you put yourself at that point of, hey, we did this. How did we get here? Who do we need to leverage? What do we need to leverage to make that happen? Relationships, friendships, people, and leverage not in a bad way. You make it a win-win, of course. But how can you leverage those people, places, and things in a positive way to help you reach your goal and help the world? And also, if you're putting yourself at that impossible goal, and let's say you reach it, do you have the systems and people in place to make that happen? I'm not saying you need to start building those before you take action, but start seeing what some of those pitfalls might be so you can start adjusting it as needed. When my coach shared this with me, it really, really deeply resonated, and Katie and I looked at our stuff and what we do, and so we set our goal of 100 energy masters by the end of this year. And it felt impossible, but yet doable. And I just want to be upfront. And now I set that goal, and then I listened to his podcast interview afterwards with Myron Golden, and I realized, it needs to be bigger than that to be an impossible goal. Because so oftentimes we might push ourselves, these stretch goals, but the impossible goal is almost like one that just leaves you dumbfounded, like I have no clue how to do that. But I share this with you to get your mind thinking, and I invite you to think about what's an impossible goal for you. And now he suggested, as I said, it was more business, but to not have, 3, 4, 5, like it's in business, it's in personal life, it's with, family. It's just one. Just pick one area, one category to have this. And he said he designed it specifically for business. If you choose to have it in other areas of your life, just pick one. Don't, because then you're going to be overwhelmed and stressed out. Just pick one. But his book coming out, or is out by the time you listen to this, is called The Science of Scaling. The audiobook's out as of now. Check it out and see if that helps you. I'm excited for it. And tomorrow I'll share a little bit more about what we're doing and how we're structuring that and how you can be an energy master. So have a beautiful day. Keep being you. Keep shining your beautiful light, and I'll catch you later.